They're going to
Right.
move the goalpost and say, well, he wasn't going against the Panther starters. Well, obviously, if he's not going against the Panther starters, or if he doesn't have his starters as well, and what he has at his disposal and look that good with the 2s and 3s and maybe the 4s that are trying to make the team, what do you think is going to happen when he has the main characters in there around him?
Right.
That makes your job a little bit easier, that are a little bit better at their position than those that he's playing with tonight. What you think gonna happen? If you watch film, what did you expect him to look like?
Mm-hmm.
He looked exactly like he looked in Colorado. He looked exactly like he looked at Jackson State. Calm under pressure, in the pocket, going through progressions, making the right throws.
I don't know what in life happened to make you think that this wasn't gonna happen. I don't know what the bro do to not be able to see that this was gonna happen. So where's the surprise at? I'm sure why were you surprised?
Shedeur Sanders has taken the NFL by storm in his very first game, leaving fans and critics stunned. But while the excitement is sky high, not everyone is ready to give him his flowers. Ocho isn't having any of that. He's firing back at the haters who are trying to downplay Shedeur's breakout performance by pointing out that it came against the Panthers' second team. His response? Shedeur wasn't exactly surrounded by Pro Bowlers either. He was playing with 2s and 3s himself. Ocho is confident that if Shedeur was given the first-team offense and the team captains at his side, he wouldn't just win. He'd rip the opposition apart and leave no doubt about his talent.
Easy work. Easy work. Yeah.
Not only Ocho Jr. also showed support for his brother but didn't hold back from asking the question that cut straight to the point. Why are you all so surprised? That one line spoke volumes. It wasn't arrogance. It was the quiet confidence of someone who had witnessed the grind firsthand, day in and day out. For Deion Jr., Shedeur's success wasn't some magical overnight breakout. It was the natural outcome of years of hard work, relentless discipline, and a refusal to let hype or doubt dictate his path. To him, this was simply Shedeur doing what he was always meant to do.
I don't know what in life happened to make you think that this wasn't gonna happen. I don't know what the bro do to not be able to see that this was gonna happen. So where's the surprise at? I'm sure why were you surprised?
Ocho also echoed that same sentiment, making it clear that nothing about Shedeur's performance was accidental. He reminded everyone that what Shedeur did on the field was exactly what he'd been doing in college, staying calm under pressure, dissecting defenses with precision, and delivering laser-accurate throws, even in the most chaotic moments. To Ocho, this wasn't some sudden leap in ability. It was simply Shedeur bringing the same dominance he showed with the Colorado Buffaloes to the grandest stage in football. In his eyes, this wasn't a debut that should shock anyone. It was greatness continuing its natural course, just under brighter lights and in front of a bigger crowd.
If you watch film, what did you expect him to look like?
Mm-hmm.
He looked exactly like he looked in Colorado. He looked exactly like he looked at Jackson State. Calm under pressure, in the pocket, going through progressions, making the right throws.
Skip Bayless jumped into the discussion with a fiery, no-holds-barred opinion that couldn't be ignored. He argued that Shedeur Sanders didn't just make a name for himself, he outright humiliated every NFL team that passed on him, singling out the Cleveland Browns in particular. According to Skip, the Browns never truly viewed Shedeur as a legitimate franchise quarterback, but rather as a marketing tool to grab attention instead of wins. He went on to suggest that the pre-draft controversies surrounding Shedeur weren't random at all, but a deliberate attempt to discredit both him and his father. Yet, rather than buckle under the pressure, Shedeur used every doubt and insult as fuel, transforming it into a performance that ensured his debut would be remembered across the NFL.
Shedeur Sanders made all those teams that had 143 chances to draft him before he went 144th. He shamed all of them, including the Cleveland Browns, who finally took him in the 5th round. I'm convinced only because the owner, the publicity-starved owner, just wanted some more shock value publicity. Oh, we took him.
Despite all the outside chatter, Shedeur stayed locked in and unfazed. No flashy antics, no exaggerated celebrations, just quiet confidence and total focus. After the game, his interview matched his on-field composure. He made it clear that for him, the greatest part of being a quarterback is leading the team. It's not about one big moment, but about showing up with consistency. That's exactly what they did, keeping their cool under pressure, battling through early challenges, and finding a way to close out the win. This wasn't just another game in the books. It was a statement about resilience, teamwork, and steady leadership. And right at the center of it all, guiding the team with poise, was Shedeur Sanders.
I'll say the most important thing of being a quarterback is leading your team. I'll say definitely the scoreboard. I think we did that pretty good. And just, just being consistent, even though if things going our way or not going our way, being able to bounce back and not stay in the hole. Being a quarterback is going to be ups, downs, it's going to be pros, cons, everything. So you just got to stay level-headed through it.
Emmanuel Ocho came in with one of the most precise and insightful breakdowns of Shedeur Sanders' debut. He pointed out that no matter how much pressure the defense brought, Shedeur's composure never wavered. Instead of folding or forcing mistakes, he subtly slid away from the rush, maneuvered the pocket with surgical precision, and pulled off plays most rookies wouldn't even dare to try. Ocho emphasized that this wasn't just about hitting deep passes. Shedeur showed he's the full package. He can slice defenses apart with his arm, hurt them with his mobility, and outsmart them with sharp, disciplined reads. That rare combination of skills, Ocho noted, is exactly why the hype surrounding Shedeur isn't just noise. It's momentum that's only getting stronger.
It's 3rd and 9. They're going to come with the 5-man pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-man pressure. They're going to play man across the board. Hey, if defense is playing man-to-man, they're turning their back. Shedeur Sanders, he identifies the defense is in man-to-man coverage, so nobody is watching him. He also identifies the defense does not have contain. He escapes out the pocket. On 3rd and 9, he picks up the 1st down. He slides down to safety. Check for Shedeur Sanders. Let's keep it rolling. All right, here's what I love. You see condensed splits by the Cleveland Browns. Both the receivers are inside the numbers.
Legendary coach Herm Edwards also weighed in, breaking down Shedeur Sanders' touchdown with the seasoned eye of a veteran strategist. He didn't hide his admiration, calling it the kind of play that separates good quarterbacks from great ones. Edwards explained that the moment hinged on a split-second decision. After sidestepping the defense, Shedeur spotted the smallest of openings. Where most rookies might hesitate or look for a safer option, he trusted his instincts and fired a pinpoint pass right through the tightest of windows. For Edwards, that level of decisiveness and accuracy so early in a career is rare, and it underscored just how extraordinary Shedeur's debut truly was.
He squares his shoulders up again. And this is the part. He looks down the field, finds a little window, threads it right in there. So that right there, for a rookie quarterback.
From Ocho Cinco's fiery defense to Deion Jr.'s quiet confidence, from Skip Bayless's unapologetic call-out to Emmanuel Ocho's sharp technical praise, and finally Herm Edwards' veteran analysis, one thing is crystal clear. Shedeur Sanders' NFL debut wasn't just impressive, it was defining. In the span of a single game, he managed to silence critics, validate years of dedication, and stake his claim among the league's most promising young quarterbacks. Ocho Cinco brushed aside the critics, pointing out that Shedeur wasn't exactly surrounded by elite starters himself, and insisting that, with the first-team offense, he would dismantle any defense put in front of him. Deion Jr. questioned why anyone was surprised in the first place, framing the performance as the inevitable result of relentless preparation and discipline. Skip Bayless turned up the heat by declaring Shedeur's debut an embarrassment for every team that passed on him, especially the Cleveland Browns, who he claimed saw Shedeur as a marketing asset rather than a franchise cornerstone. Emmanuel Ocho broke down the performance in detail, praising Shedeur's composure, pocket awareness, and ability to make high-level plays that most rookies wouldn't even attempt, labeling him a complete quarterback. Herm Edwards, speaking with the insight of a seasoned coach, highlighted a touchdown throw that came down to a split-second read and flawless execution, a rare quality, especially for a first-year player. All these voices combined paint a powerful picture. Shedeur Sanders is not a product of hype or luck. His poise under pressure, adaptability, and all-around skill set prove that he's not just ready for the NFL, he's ready to lead in it. If this performance is just the opening chapter, the rest of his story could redefine what greatness looks like in today's game. What about you? Do you think Shedeur Sanders' debut was a one-time spark, or the beginning of a new era in the NFL? Was Ocho right that giving him the first-team offense would make him unstoppable? Do you agree with Deion Jr. that this performance was inevitable, or with Skip Bayless that the league made a huge mistake passing on him? Did Emmanuel Ocho and Herm Edwards hit the nail on the head about his poise and decision-making? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear where you stand on the rise of Shedeur Sanders.